am going to review it here without any spoilers, what the book is all about. Now coming to my thoughts on the book, it is very gripping and overlaps both the genres, also disappoints in many ways. It lacks depth and required a lot of development. It's 21st century girl. People are not hunting or living in the caves. Do I recommend it? Verity. This book was trending almost everywhere, be it Instagram or YouTube. Many of my reader friends also had recommended me this book last year, but somehow I couldn't get to it. But finally, I have finished this book, and as the title of this video says, I am going to review it here without any spoilers, revealing the plot as little as possible so the fun doesn't get ruined for the people who haven't read it yet. So without any further chit chat, we are gonna start. But before moving forward, welcome back to Book Island. If you are new here, well, I am your beautiful bookish friend Juhi, and here I post book related contents. Now without any further ado, let me begin. Published in 2018, Verity is a psychological thriller by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is a familiar name for contemporary romance genre readers. She writes young adult fiction and romance novels. A best-selling author, and Verity is actually a departure from the emotional love stories she usually writes. It is a personal indie project to her, which is why we might not be able to find this book in physical format. She confirms all these herself in the acknowledgement section of the book. But at present, the book is available in physical format too. So don't worry. Before jumping into my thoughts upon the book, first let me tell you what the book is all about. Loan Ashley is a struggling writer on the verge of financial collapse. All of a sudden, she gets the job opportunity of a lifetime. Loan has been hired by a best-selling novelist, Verity Crawford's husband, Jeremy Crawford, to finish the remaining volumes in a lucrative series that his injured wife, Verity, is unable to complete. Loan arrives at the Crawford's house, eager to go through years of Verity's notes and outlines in the hope of finding enough material to get her started. But Loan finds an unfinished autobiography in the frantic office of Verity, which Verity never intended anybody to read. Pages after pages of harrowing confessions, including Verity's account of what actually happened the day her daughter died. Loan keeps the manuscript hidden from Jeremy since she knows the contents would be devastating to the father who is already suffering. However, as Loan's feelings for Jeremy become stronger, she sees all the ways she could help if he reads his wife's words. After all, no matter how dedicated Jeremy is to his wounded wife, he would be unable to continue to love her if he knew the truth. Now, what actually Loan finds in that hidden autobiography? What steps she is going to take next under her attraction towards Jeremy? To know, read the book. Now, coming to my thoughts on the book, the first thing I want to say about the book is that it is very gripping. It is a kind of book that can take you out of your reading slumps. And from the very first sentence, it catches you and you cannot stop to catch your breath until you finish it. Next is, if you enjoy romance novels as well as crime fiction and want something that overlaps both the genres, then this book is perfect for you. It contains good amount of romance elements alongside thrilling suspense stuff. But Verity also disappoints in many ways. The first thing that is unappealing for me is the attraction between Loen and Jeremy. It is rushed and feels unbelievable. It lacks depth and required a lot of development. There is not much interaction between them that can cause that much intense feelings between them. The book contains ridiculous amount of sexual content that barely helps in plot or character development. It's repetitive and boring, so it seems that the author tries to distract readers from the fact that there is only a little movement happening in the plot line. The characters are also flat, there is hardly any depth. We don't even know how any of them look like. Their feelings, their morals are not at all explored. The male protagonist, Jeremy, is hollow. He is handsome and has a lot of love to provide, but unfortunately, he is a flat, archetypical character, not at all a full character. He seems like a hero of some soap opera. Next, I'm going to talk more about my thoughts on the book, but before moving forward, I want to tell you guys that YouTube tells 83% of you people who watch my content but haven't subscribed yet. So if you really enjoy my content, please do subscribe because it really encourages me to create fresh new content. Now back to my thoughts on Verity. The ending is confusing and open-ended in nature. I would have swallowed that too if it would have tied all the loose threads that the author has spun across the book. For example, the book ends but we still are unaware what actually happened in the event when Crew bleeds with the knife. I don't have problem with open-ended books, but at least give us readers materials and logic so that we can fly on our imagination to drive home the conclusion. There are many instances that make the base of the book but has no logic. For example, someone faking a medical condition to such an extent the book shows is just absurd. It's 21st century girl. People are not hunting or living in the caves. Also, someone covering for a person who tried to murder him or her is also illogical. Again, someone taking such vast steps based on a mere presumption on a dream is also hard to swallow. Now coming to the features of the text, the language of the book is easy and conversational. So not at all an issue for a beginner reader. There are two perspectives that develop the plot. Loen's first person viewpoint and Verity's first person viewpoint in her manuscript, the autobiography. It has 332 pages but won't take long owing to its simple style of writing. I would like to rate this book at 3 stars out of 5 stars. Do I recommend it? Well, you can read it casually, but I don't think this book is going to stay with you long as an outstanding experience because the novel doesn't provide much. So here we end today. That's all for today. As you have watched this video till the end, I assume you are going to enjoy my future bookish contents. So please hit the subscribe button to enjoy my book related videos and the notification bell so that whenever I post a book related stuff, it knocks your phone. I shall be meeting you with another book related video. Till then, bye bye. আবার দেখা হবে.